What if I told you on a 7-inch monitor as a director or whoever, you could have 2 split screens like this? It's unbelievable for this size of a monitor, but it has some issues. It's not there yet, much as it's affordable, but it's not there yet. So with my experience with this thing, I've used it on a shoot recently, and I'm just going to share my experience with this split screen Portkeys BM72DS. What a name. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, this is a platform that I use to share my opinions when it comes to anything video, audio, anything in that line. Today's just a monitor that we're talking about, and this monitor can do split screen. That's the biggest deal of this video, the split screen, how it works and the things that are wrong with it, and also a few other features that I think are good for you to know before you get it, because it just came out less than 6 months old. It's new on the market. It's the only monitor 7-inch that can split the screen between 2 cameras, because as you see in the menu, if I switch to HDMI, it shows HDMI in, and I switch to SDI, it shows SDI in. It has 2 SDIs in, 1 HDMI out and 1 SDI out. With the HDMI out, you can have a clean feed out to a bigger monitor if you have 2 split screens, probably for the client or something. That's why I brought this smaller one, so I could show that too. But other than that, a few things to take note about is the power. You need to be ready with many batteries, because this thing sucks the juice out of batteries like a problem. The other thing, the cable that comes with the D-tab that feeds to the V-mount battery is pretty short. Yeah, I used a much longer cable. It's one of the Atomos ones, the D-tab ones by Conda Blue. It worked for some reason, because probably it's NPF Sony style ins and outs, so it worked for me. So you might want to get a longer one, especially if you have V-mounts battery padded like way far out on your camera. It supports only 2 cameras at the same time. It's either SDI in 2 or 1 SDI in and 1 HDMI in. So there's 2 cameras here. One is HDMI, one is SDI in, as you may see. So let's get to the split screen real quick. Portkeys menus, usually they have all these options on the side, and there's this one that says A and B. It's just right there. If you tap on it, it will bring the options for all the inputs. There you go. See, you have A camera, B camera, but also you have control. You can switch one to go on the other side, one to go on A, HDMI to go on B, SDI to go on A. There's more options here. You have that option if you want. Let me see if I want to set B to HDMI and I want to set A to SDI. There you go. So you have all those options. I mean, it's a pretty cool feature, right? But again, if you're using mirrorless or DSLR and you have all that HDMI stuff in, those HDMIs, the inputs are kind of, it's like an issue with how they communicate to each other, where you don't have to hit record until you're sure the feed comes through. Because if you hit record and you try to have the feed come through, you're going to have trouble. You can also, I mean, let me say if you keep both, maybe A is also SDI. Let me see, if you want to have B on SDI as well, you can, you know, go further ahead and go into the whole social media thingy. If you have the same camera, different feeds, one is 16:9 and the other one is 9:16 if you like. There's no other monitor on the market right now, 7-inch, that can do this kind of thing. And for the feed out, camera out, if you have like a bigger monitor, you want clients to view both cameras to see them clearly, it has an HDMI out clean, a very clean one, like you see over here. If I tap on the menu to change anything, nothing shows up. It's all clean on this other monitor. So that's something else that you need to know. HDMI out is clean, except for, this is something that you could deal with in the camera, where you disable all those the features, the menu stuff, or I mean the display numbers and everything. You can always display, you can always deal with that and take it off. Yeah, just so you know. So yeah, pretty much. And for the fan, probably the fan is not that crazy, but I would say with the fan you can still put it on auto, so when it gets too hot it goes loud, when it's not hot it's quiet, so it's pretty usable. So yeah, this is the Portkeys BM72DS, and this is the biggest deal. That's why I got it. Split screen. I like to operate on 2 cameras. If you do director roles and you would like to observe both cameras, and also you as a director and also clients do as well. So you could hook this up. I mean, you could do it via wire, or you could use wireless transmitters, and there will be some latency issues as well. So yeah, that's what I wanted to communicate. This is what we have now. I mean, I haven't seen, Atomos Shogun 7, I guess, tried. I mean, they tried to do this, but it's more of a switcher. I mean, you can have just 2 cameras split like this. There would have to be 4. So yeah, that's all I had to say about this whole split screen scenario and why I got this, because it will come in handy on my shoots. And again, not everyone needs split screen, but I do, because I like to operate 2 cameras at the same time, be it interviews for documentary, be it narrative projects. I like to operate 2 cameras. You go faster. I usually go, from experience, 2 cameras go faster. So if you found this video helpful, especially if you've not bought this Portkeys monitor, like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.